Today, we are going to learn about a new technique of meditation, which is known as perception of psychic centers or chakras or centers of energies. The technical term in Praksha meditation for this meditation is Chaitanya Kendra Praksha. Before coming to the centers of energy, we would learn what is life, how it is made, what are the basic elements which are playing crucial role in making our existence or present personality. What is that main power which is giving powers to all these elements? All this we would learn in this particular presentation. Let me come to this point that when we are taking birth or coming to this life, we are not coming with a blank mind, having nothing, but we are coming with some primal drives, which are indicator that we are having some eternal existence. We are carrying on some tendencies from our past lives or from many lives. What are those primal drives? There are 14 primal drives according to the psychologists. Among the 14, the 4 are very common to all living beings, whether they are microbes or fully developed human being. The 4 common primal drives are hunger, reproduction, fear, and possession. There are certain other instincts or tendencies or habits we learn from the environment, from the society, from the family in the present life, and those learned instincts are also 4, which are very common to all of us, and those common learned instincts are hereditary records, community circumstances, geographical conditions, and self-endeavors. They play crucial role in making our present personality. What is our existence? If we think philosophically, then we find that our existence is a union of a non-material conscious soul with a material physical body. Interaction between soul and body are transmitted and translated through a complex wave of several intermediate layers. Until and unless we discuss and understand these intermediate layers, we cannot explain or understand our personality or our existence as a whole. What are those intermediate layers or elements which are making our personality or our current existence? They are 7 in number: body, breath, vital energy, mind, emotion, karma, and consciousness or soul. Happiness is nothing but a state of total harmony or complete harmony among all these different layers or levels of our existence. Therefore, it is said life is a combination of various elements. Now, what is body? According to the Indian medical system, Ayurveda, body is made up of 7 types of chemical substances such as blood, bones, flesh, etc. As said, Saptadhatumayam Shariram. Shariram means the body, Sapta means 7, Dhatu means elements. The body is made of 7 elements. According to the spiritual sages and seers, body is the means of a spiritual progress and development. Body is a treasure of mysteries and abundance of wisdom. And therefore it said, Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. It is the body which is the first necessity to realize the inner potentials, spiritual powers. According to science, the body is having some organization. And this organization is having some systems. Among those systems, there are 4 things. The first is cell, the smallest living units of our body. Tissues, group of cells of similar structure. Organs, group of tissues performing a common function. And systems are groups of organs working together to perform a series of functions. So this kind of setup of our body is there. So after all the systems which are controlling all physical movements, activities, and functions, and these physical systems are 10 in number according to physiology. The first is the skeleton system. It provides the basic framework that supports the body. The muscular system works with the bones of the skeleton to provide support and produce movement of body parts. Integumentary system, under which skin comes, and skin covers and protects the body. Digestive system is concerned with the intake, breakdown, and absorption of food materials and the elimination of solid waste. The fifth circulatory system distributes oxygen to the cells and carries away their waste products. Respiratory system provides the means for bringing oxygen into the body and eliminating carbon dioxide. Excretory system works to eliminate the waste products. Nervous system receives and evaluates information about the outside world and coordinates the body's activity. Endocrine gland system produces the hormones and affect the activities of organs. And the last, reproductive system, functions for the continuation of the species. Among all these different systems, 2 are innate and they are generally working automatically within every human being. These 2 auto systems are immune system and healing and curing system. The meditation on psychic centers would help us to strengthen immune system and to provide healing and curing to our body. According to the Jain philosophy, there are 5 kinds of bodies. All different living beings are not having the same kind of body. They are having different types of bodies. All these different bodies are divided into 5 categories. The first is Audaric Sharir. It is the gross body which is made of blood, bones, flesh, etc., and visible to our senses, very gross. The second is Vakriya Sharir. It is the body which is devoid of flesh, bones, etc. This body has power to manifest or to change into many different other forms. Aharak Sharir, it is a very powerful cluster of particles made by the yogis and seers, and it comes out of their own body. It is used especially to communicate with the omniscience. The fourth is Tejas Sharir. This body is a kind of bioelectrical body which charges every function of the body with its vital energy. Karman Sharir is a causal body, or we can say the root cause of all the four bodies. It is a cluster of karmic particles which covers the main qualities of soul, and it is also responsible for our physical existence. It is the source of our instincts, negative emotions, and cycle of birth and death. Among all these 5 types of bodies, the 3 bodies are very common to most of the living beings, and those 3 bodies are Audaric Sharir, Tejas Sharir, and Karman Sharir, which we have already learned about. The second element of our life, which is playing very crucial role to make us live, is breath. And that's why it is said that breath is equal to life. If there is breath, there is life. If there is no breath, then no life. So breath is mainly connected or regulated by our respiratory system. And the respiratory system is having so many organs working together to take breath from outside and to breathe out carbon dioxide and other toxic gases which are accumulated in our body. Nasal cavity, epiglottis, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchus, right lung, diaphragm, pleural cavity, left lung. All these are different organs which are working together to regulate respiratory system, and thereby we are getting good amount of oxygen to make our functions, physical functions, in a proper way. We also know that if breath is long, our life also becomes long. And the example is the life of tortoise. Tortoise is taking hardly 4 or 5 breaths in a minute, and that's why living for 300 years or more than 200 years. Contrary to it, dog is living for hardly 12 years because of his short breath or shallow breath. Breath through the nose is very important to know. Sometimes people take breath through mouth, but we know that the respiratory system is separate from the digestive system, and it has different organs, and they all are connected with nose and not with the mouth. Though it is said that E and T all are interconnected, instead of that, Inhalation and exhalation processes are done through nose and not through mouth. So to take a long and breathe and good amount of oxygen, we should use our nose instead of mouth. Breathe slowly and completely. Breathe slowly and completely. This is also very important to know, to learn that breathing must be very slow and long, so that we can take good amount of oxygen inside, can purify our blood, and can regulate all our functions in a proper way. So, how to breathe is very important to learn. Breathe in. When we breathe in, then there is expansion of stomach muscles. And when we breathe out, there is contraction of stomach muscles. It shows that when we are taking breath, we are using the proper system of breathing process. And that is that we should use always collarbones, lungs, diaphragm to breathe in and also to breathe out. Next, vital element of our body is vital energy. Vital force is also equivalent to life force. It means if we are having vital energy inside the body, our body is active, working in a proper way. If we are lacking this energy in any part of our body, that part stops functioning, and that is called paralysis. Vital energy is a vital force to keep life alive, healthy, and energetic. Contrary to it, depletion of vital energy is depletion of life. So we should be very careful of our vital body, how it is working. Is there some deficiency in it? We should improve it through long and complete breath. There is very important element which is working with respiratory system and throughout the body systems, and that is prana, vital energy. And the breath is the big source of developing or increasing vital energy inside the body. So vital energy is known as prana in technical term in all our Indian traditions. There are different types of vital energies which are working in different parts of our bodies. According to Hindu tradition and the sage Patanjali, there are 5 types of such vital energies which are working in different zones or regions of our body. The first is Udan, which is working around the mouth, the pran, the saman, apan, and vyan. These are 5 types of energies which are working in different parts and regulating the functions of that particular part. There are 10 types of pranas and vital energies. According to Jain philosophy, the 5 types of pranas or vital energies which are working with our 5 senses, and that's why our senses are able to see the objects or to smell the things or taste the things or touch the things or hear, listen to the words. So these energies are supporting senses to work in proper way. Apart from the 5 senses, our mind is also thinking, imagining, and memorizing some things, and for that also it also needs some energy, and that energy is known as the energy of mind. The whole body is working throughout day and night, and for that, body also needs some energy, and that energy is known as the energy of body. The speech, the verbal activities are also going on, and for that we require some kind of energy to support the vocal cord to utter the letters or syllables or words or sentences, and that energy is known as speech energy. Breath is also regulating, and it is also, we are also taking breath and breathing out. For doing both the process of inhalation and exhalation, we need some energy, and that energy is breath energy. And next is lifespan. We are living in this body for a particular time, and for that we need some support to be connected to this body, and that support is being provided by lifespan energy. So then in this way, there are 10 types of energies which are working inside the body, and the breath is the main, or we can say biggest source of getting or developing this kind of vital energy inside the body. There are food, water, air, light, sunlight, are also some other sources to develop or to increase vital energy inside the body. And meditation, mantras, they are also helping to increase the vital energies inside the body. Now we are coming to the fourth very crucial element of our body, which is our existence, which is known as mind. Human mind is very powerful to do some impossible things. And we are familiar with the power of mind. There are three main functions of mind: thinking, memorizing, planning, and imagination. All these functions are taking place almost all the times. Either sometimes we are memorizing something which is already past. Some things we are thinking about future, and of course in the present time, present moment, whatever we are doing or at the time, also our mind is working, so, or concentrating. So mind is having such kind of powers, and these powers can be used to develop our personality in a right direction. Now we would see that power which is mind is having, and these energy, though power is coming through soul and some material clusters, but we know that until we use the energy in the right directions, we don't get the results which we are looking for. So we are thinking about future, we are thinking about past, we are thinking about present. So this is in time. And we are also thinking about space. Space means workplaces, elsewhere, or in other thoughts. All these are the, what we say, places where we are putting our mind. And it may be that sometimes we are thinking very good things, very productive, very creative, constructive, and using our power in right direction. And in result, we are getting 100% result, fruitful results. But sometimes we think something negative, unnecessary, or what to say, extra, then we are wasting our energies 80%. So it is said that some people are working in a proper right, they are using the mental power in right direction, they are getting the results 100%. And if somebody is wasting, they are wasting their time and their energy and getting nothing. There are so many levels of mind. According to psychologists, there are 3 types of mind: conscious mind, subconscious mind, and unconscious mind. Here we are talking about 2 minds, conscious mind and subconscious mind. Conscious mind is 10% and subconscious mind is 90%. Conscious mind is the mind when we when we use it after getting awake. But subconscious mind is working even in the sleep. And that's why it is said it has enormous energies, potentials. But we are using hardly 10% of it through our conscious mind. So function of subconscious mind is it accepts everything we say and creates according to our beliefs. Subconscious mind is very powerful. It can accept what we want, what we feed to it. And it gives shape to our personality according to our need or our affirmations. It makes no judgments and always says yes. So here we have to be very much careful of our mind, subconscious mind. If we are using our mind in a wrong direction for wrong purpose with wrong intentions or in aggression, then we are not using or harvesting its potential in our favor, but we are doing something which is very harmful for us. So we have to be careful what we are feeding to it, what kind of affirmations or resolutions we are making in our life. It has the answers to all problems. This is a third very important point or function of our subconscious mind, and that is that it has answers to our own problems. We need not to go to any other person or at any other places to get answers to our problems. It is, after all, we who can understand our problem in a better way and can get solution, right solution to our problems. There are different types of thinking or thought processes. Different people think in different manner. All those different manners can be categorized in 4 ways. We have to select what is good for us. There are certain people who think always something negative. Includes such kind of negative thinking includes feelings of anger, fear, sadness, regret, uneasy. There is another person who is thinking about something which is necessary. Necessary thinking must not, and in this thinking process, he thinks that I must not forget to pay bill. I must remember to send birthday card. So this kind of necessary things come to our mind when we are on the mode of necessary thinking. There is another thinking which is not as wasteful. For example, worrying about things that are beyond our control. So we are just wasting our time, our energies by thinking about such things which are not in our control. Positive thinking encourages peace, harmony, creativity, love, and happiness. So we have to think that which thinking is good for us and important for us. Now, the next element of our life is emotions, and how we can filter our emotions, can make specify them. The records of the interaction of learned and unlearned instincts are developed at the emotional level. Most of the instincts, which are known as natural instincts or primal drives, or we can say learned instincts, they all are, after all, developed at the emotional level. They are having some kind of emotions in their background. So there are many different emotions. For example, jealousy, sadness, shame, fear, grief, and depression, despair, doubt, envy. So these all are negative emotions. Changing in one's behavior is an essential part of bringing one's life in balance. And for that, we have to focus on our behavior as well as on emotions. So what are necessary steps to purify our emotions, to filter our emotions? So first we have to pay attention to our behavior, because which is very gross, under our control. And that first we have to clean up our own language, whether it is negative or harsh, aggressive or abusive. Second step is to clean up one's addictions. If we have some wrong addictions, we should also clean up or remove, come out of them. Third step is clean up one's negative emotions. Though it is very difficult, but if we practice meditation, automatically we can come out of negative emotions. And breathing, long breathing, is a very simple technique which can help us to come out of these negative emotions or aggressive emotions. So emotional purification is also very much required to make our personality powerful, effective, productive, peaceful, and harmonious. Now the next very important element, which is Lesha, and Lesha are known as psychic colors, which are deeper than emotional level. So this fifth element, which is known as emotion, it is known as Lesha also at deeper level. Lesha is an expression of the transformation of the soul based on the mental, vocal, and physical activities. It is an electromagnetic field where emotions get colored. So though Lesha is a very, what we say, internal phase or internal level where the emotions get color. And you can see here in the picture, if our thought process is very high, very spiritual, we are getting white color in our aura. Or sometimes blue color, sometimes yellow color, sometimes red color or orange color, and sometimes purple color. So these different colors are coming in our aura due to the internal state of our leshas. If our lesha is purified, having purity, positive emotions, automatically our aura gets good colors. And all these good colors are shown here in the picture. So these emotions are being empowered by these leshas, which are the internal states of our consciousness. How these leshas are taking place? Let me explain here through this diagram. First of all, in the most center part of this diagram, you are finding white color, which shows pure soul. But this soul, pure soul, is covered with a karmic body. And that's why there is the red color circle, which indicates karmic layer around the soul. As soon as the soul vibrations cross or or come out of this circle of karmic layer, then the vibrations of the karmic body mix with the pure vibrations of our soul. And this next field or layer, which is created by these vibrations, the soul vibration and the vibrations of the karmic body, that layer is known as soul with the impurity of karmas. Here, the purity of soul is affected by the impurity of the karmic particles. And these karmic particles with the vibrations of the soul, when they come out or pass through the bioelectrical body, then they get colors. So this field is known as lesha. So karmic soul layer affects the bioelectrical body and creates leshas. It means the soul which is having very positive energy, but when it passes through karmic body, which is having sometimes negative energies, and those negative energies mixed with the positive energies of soul and give rise to leshas, different leshas. Sometimes the soul energy is completely pure, then you will find white color in or shukla lesha. And if it is not very pure, but still it is having purity, then this is called Padmalesha, having orange color or yellow colors. And if it is having purity but not of higher degree, but minimum degree, then you will get orange color in the lesha or in the aura. If we are having some violent thoughts or performing some violent actions, then we might have black color in our aura, representing the first lesha, which is known as Krishna lesha or black color. And the second, if we are having some, what we say, jealousy, envy, hatred, etc., we are having the second color, which is known as blue color. And this blue color, which is fate color, it represents that we are having some negative emotions like jealousy, envy, hatred, retaliation, etc. And there is other inauspicious color, which is known as pigeon color, which represents the third leisure, which is known as kaput leisure. And it shows that we are having some kind of attachment or some sexual desires, some material desires, or some lust or greed, etc. So that kind of emotions are giving pigeon color to our aura or to our inner state of consciousness. So just I have said that how leisures are being formed by the vibrations of soul and karmic body. Karma definition in Jainism. This is the sixth very important factor which is making our personality and known as karma. Karma, what is karma? Karmas are the material particles attracted through our good and bad activities of our soul are known as karmas. So the karmas are the material particles, and those particles are being attracted from the environment to our inner self due to our right and wrong actions. Until we are active, these particles are constantly attacking on our inner self and changing its, what we say, polluting its existence. Now we would see that these karmic particles are very subtle, or we can say subtlest molecules, and they are having very great impact on our inner self and thereby making our personality. So what are the characteristics of these karmic clusters? They are devoid of consciousness, having no knowledge in them. They possesses body. They occupies space. They are very fine particles, smallest particles you can say in the universe, and cannot be seen, feel, verified through any physical instruments or senses. Entire universe is filled with this kind of karmic particles. They are visible, or you can say very thin or like matter. Every karmic particle has four fundamental qualities: touch, taste, smell, and color. Though it looks that we don't feel such kind of touch, taste, or smell or color of such thin particles, so it may be our problem, but it doesn't mean that the particles are not having touch, taste, smell, or color. According to Jain philosophy, these are the four basic properties of all matter, whether it is karmic matter, whether it is other forms of matter. Now we would see that how these karmic particles are getting attached to the inner self. So what is the process of bondage, karmic bondage, or interaction between the soul and karma? So we see that we are having physical, mental, or three types of activities. All these activities are responsible for attaching the karmic particles to the inner self, for attracting the karmic particles from the environment to the soul. And these karmic particles are getting attached to the soul with the support of our negative emotions, attachment and aversion, or anger, ego, greed, and deceit. So these are the four main emotions which are responsible for sticking the karmic particles to the soul for a very long time. There are 4 types of bondages which are taking place. The first is Prakriti, second is Pradesh, third is Sthiti, and fourth is Anubhag. In Prakriti bondage, we are attaching the karmas, but what kind of karmas are being attracted? It is decided on the basis of our action. What kind of actions we are taking? The karmic particles takes that kind of nature in them. And the Pradesh Bandh is to fix quantity of karmic particles, binding how much particles we are getting from outside. Who will decide it? It is decided through this second step of bonding process, that what kind of actions we are doing, with what kind of emotions we are performing that act. Accordingly, the number of the particles will be fixed. The duration, how long those karmic particles will be attached to our soul, it is fixed with this third step of our bonding process. And what kind of fruition we will get out of those karmic particles is being fixed by this fourth step of our bonding process. First two factors depend on the intensity of activity, where last two factors depend on the intensity of our instincts or emotions. Now you see that all mundane souls possess 8 kind of karmas: Jnanavarni, Darshanavarni, Mohaniya, Vedaniya, Mohaniya, Ayushya, Nam, Gotra, and Antaray. So Jnanavarni karma is mainly responsible for covering our power of knowing. The second, Darshanavarni, is responsible for obstructing our power of perception. The Vedani is responsible for our pains and pleasures. Mohani is responsible for our own negative and aggressive emotions. And Ayushya karma is responsible for determining our lifespan in this life, in the present life. Nam karma is responsible for our body formation, and the Gotra karma is responsible for determining our status in society, and Antaray karma is responsible for creating obstacles, hindrances in our activities or in our efforts. So all these 8 types of karmic particles are accumulated in the karmic body, and that karmic body is attached to our inner soul. So all these 8 types of karmas can be divided into 2 categories. One is called 4 destructive karmas. One category is called destructive karma, and the other one is called non-destructive. So under destructive karmas, we are finding 4 karmas: Jnanavarni, Darshanavarni, Mohani, and Antaray. So Jnanavarni, as we have learned already in the previous slide, that it is responsible for covering or obscuring our knowing faculty. And because of that, we are unable to learn something instead of making so many efforts. Similarly, Darshanavarni is obstructing our perception power. Mohani is creating different types of negative emotions or aggressive emotions in us, and Antaray is creating obstacles in our efforts. There are 4 non-destructive karmas which are known as aghati karmas, and they also they affect the body in which soul resides. So among those aghati karmas, there are 4 karmas: Vedani, Ayushya, Nam, and Gotra. So we have also learned about them. Now the last 7th very important factor is consciousness or soul. all other layers are there till the soul is connected with the body and working through body. So soul is having immense potential, immense wisdom, but until and unless we try to focus on it, those potentials are latent, they are not coming into action, and therefore we are devoid of immense wisdom and powers which we are having inside. Every single ray is known as Chitta. So this consciousness is working through body, but we are using hardly 1, 2, or 3% of the immense power of consciousness. The rest is only there, but not coming into action. So whatever we are doing with the support of our consciousness. This consciousness may be in pure form or impure form, as we have learned that consciousness is being affected by the karmic body and getting impurities from that body, and that's why it is getting polluted, diverted from its higher goals. So the consciousness is having both the forms, pure and impure. It depends that how much we are making effort to come out of the karmic influences by practicing meditation, chanting of mantras, and some other good things. The soul is endowed with 8 qualities, including pure and perfect knowledge, pure and perfect intuition, infinite energy, total bliss, absence of pleasure and pain, freedom from transmigration, total formlessness, and total parity with other souls. But having all these qualities in us, we are thinking ourselves very weak, very unhealthy, unrest, and we can say very poor sometimes, or incapable to perform some actions which can make our personality very high, very spiritual, and very social and productive. These qualities can be realized easily by practicing different kinds of meditation. We can easily come out of all our weaknesses, negativities, aggressive emotions, and can make wonder, can create wonder in our life and also for society and the world. And this is what we have to realize through the practice of psychic centers, perception of psychic centers. So after this discussion, we are coming to the topic of perception of psychic centers, or to the technique of perception of psychic centers in our next lecture. You will see that we have immense powers in our spiritual powers, which are concentrated in different regions of our body. And if we could find out some time to concentrate on those centers, we can realize that we are the strongest person of the world. We can achieve what we want in our life, and we can make our life more meaningful and purposeful. With this, I would thank to all our students who are listening to this lecture, and hope it is clear to all of you. If you have some queries, please ask me through email. I will try my best to answer. Thank you very much.